So this is going to be a pretty short and sweet review of Monday Night Raw. Let's start with the segment that everyone is talking about, that I liked very much, is the CM Punk and Cody segment. It, the thing is, I had two experiences watching this segment. First was watching it live, watching them on TV, watching it on phone with their faces. I think if you just hear the audio, it's another promo, and if you like hear the audio and watch the visuals, it is another promo. Because when I was watching it, for like, it felt awkward. Like it felt very awkward until the line that CM Punk said that somebody is me. After that, it was fine, but until then, it felt very weird. I would blame the crowd also. It looked like at first they were not interested, but then they went quiet, like because they were listening intently to it. Like if you listen to the audio, like it would feel like Rhodes and Punk were playing their characters very well, but if you were looking at the visuals, it felt like Cody was not really acting at his best. Like it 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 didn't look less, it didn't look like he was dazed, it looked like he was drunk. Like some words when he was doing like this, and he was trying to act like intense, were a little bit weird for me. First, CM Punk, when he came out, when he was saying something, I was like, why are you yapping? Does this mean anything? But I like it. The thing is, this promo sets up a future Cody program as a heel. This sets up a lot of things. Like it also like hypes up the Cody versus Kevin match for the Rumble. It hypes up the Cody versus Kevin match also. Like CM Punk said that it is the, you know, the the biggest challenge that you have faced in your wrestling career, and it really uh, like drew home the point that Cody is slowly losing it. Like it has like someone said on Twitter, like Triple H loves doing this. The title is the an albatross around your neck storyline, and it makes sense because it kind of combines kayfabe with reality also. Because it's true, when you become champion, you change not only in your position in the company, you change as a person. You kind of have to. You're mostly alone. You cannot interact with everyone because you have to keep a certain distance between the main event and certain others so that people don't take you for granted. And many a times the efforts that you have put in are not even recognized because it is looked as things that you do if you're a main event. Like Cody said, he does it day in day out. He wakes up early. He has wrestled more matches than anyone in 2024. And it because it's not the title that makes the man, it's the prestige, it's the man that makes the title. That's how he distinguished himself from Kevin. And this adds another wrinkle to their story also. That Kevin can claim he's the real champion and all. But Cody not only has the real belt, but he also does everything a champion should. He defends it everywhere. He carries it around. He does the media calls. He sleeps early. He wakes up early. He sleeps late. He wakes up early. He does everything as a champion. And I really like this promo. Like this promo made me hyped for their match at Mania. Like this show overall, it set up a lot of Mania matches. Drew Roman, CM Punk Roman. It set up Cody and CM Punk. It set up Gunther versus Rollins or Gunther versus Logan at WrestleMania. Like it set up a lot of matches at Mania. I really like this promo. I unfortunately cannot go more into it right now because I'm already uploading this video very late and I want to get it out sooner than later. Then also we had Liv and uh, Raquel versus Bianca and Naomi in a non title tag team match. This match was good. Like Liv and Raquel really work as a tag team because they can hide Raquel's weaknesses. Like she can just come and do her 2 3 power moves. She doesn't have to like stay in the match, do headlocks and everything. Liv Morgan also doesn't have to work like a full match and make us believe that she can actually win. Like, them being in a tag team hides a lot of stuff. And you know what? As PW Insider was reporting, WWE was planning a tag team push for Liv and Raquel, and they are getting a push. Like, and this is a good kind of getting heat back on Liv, because 2 weeks after she lost to Rhea, like she was just doing backstage Judgment Day segments, and then last on SmackDown, she came. Her team defeated both of the champions and the tag team champions, in which she pinned Bianca. Bianca Belair, the person who doesn't even get pinned that much. She doesn't get pinned that much. So she pinned her. Then here she pinned Naomi. So Liv has pinned the WWE tag team, women's tag team champions. So I'm good with that. She has gotten her heat back, and I expect her and Raquel to interfere tomorrow in their match against Slash and Jakara. I think even after their interference, Bianca and Naomi will win the match, but eventually after the Rumble, I see the titles, because Jade will come back in the Rumble. You'll probably get the Naomi Bianca Jade angle, and I see Liv and Raquel probably taking the titles the Raw after Royal Rumble or a week after that. They'll probably take the titles off, and they'll probably go into WrestleMania as the women's tag team champions. And maybe at WrestleMania we see Damage Control either winning a bat, or maybe we see Lash and Jakara winning it there, because they are going to get called up like fast. I expect after WrestleMania that Lash and Jakara are going to be on the main roster. I hope like whenever Noam Dar like recovers, he also comes to the main roster. The whole metaphor should come on the main roster. Then as a package will work. And send them to SmackDown. They need people. They are like 3 hours. They need people. You also had I will say like a fine opening segment, which was essentially what Triple H has booked many times as a story. I am a better pro wrestler. Oh no, I am a better pro wrestler. Let's fight. It was essentially that Seth Rollins came out, did his usual promo. He called out Roman. I'm going to definitely throw out Roman. He called out Jey Uso. Many people. Then Gunther came out. Gunther was like, Seth Rollins, you're not really the best wrestler in 2025. I beat that clown Jey Uso, and you know what? I want you to win the Royal Rumble, and I want to prove at WrestleMania when I beat you, like every other opponent knows that Gunther is the best wrestler in the world, and the World Heavyweight Championship is synonymous with him. While Seth Rollins was saying the World Heavyweight Championship is synonymous with him. I guess Triple H does read online, because people were saying like Gunther's title reign, he has been not been getting main event level opponents, and he needs that. So putting him in against Seth Rollins, like in the opening segment, who has been in the main event program, which has spun Drew Sammy, I think this is a good thing. And also that the main crux of the promo was around the World Heavyweight Championship, so it raises the value of the World Heavyweight Championship. And then you had Logan came out, and he had nuclear heat. I think it was more of go home heat, because you could see like when Logan started doing his typical scripted heel promo, we were not being able to listen to anything. And I didn't even hear that I watched it on some stream. I think it was or on YouTube, that he said that I'm not going to work harder, I'm going to work smarter. I don't want to eliminate 29 people. I just have to eliminate the last one so that I can win the Rumble and challenge either Cody or you, Gunther. The thing is, Logan has to improve. Of course, he can say, "Oh, I'm a heel, I got heat." No, when you get a certain kind of heat, you need to have a certain kind of heel promo. What his heel promo was like typical heel shit, which is getting responses from the crowd. But when you get that type of heat, you have to soak it in, and you have to say less words, because you know that the crowd is trying to overpower you. But I didn't see that from Logan. Logan just went on in his scripted, roted uh, material. The thing is, I do like Logan coming in this segment, because it added a new wrinkle, because There are people talking about best being the better wrestler, the world heavyweight championship is designed by that, and then here comes the influencer Logan Paul in the segment. So I like that. The thing is, would I mind this match? No, but I would mind if this match is at Mania. Like they have had discussions about it. I won't mind if it is at an Elimination Chamber or at a Raw. You can have it as a main event of Raw. The thing is, this would have been, so suited for like a Saturday night's main event. It's already a TV special. You need eyes. Gunther versus Logan would have made much more sense in like a Saturday night's main event thing. I wouldn't mind if it is at an elimination chamber. Like you can, it is already a stadium show. Why not have Logan Paul, the influencer, challenge for the world championship? Like you can have the headlines also. Logan Paul challenge for the world championship against Gunther, and just have Gunther beat his ass in Canada. I think that can be a good feud. Like Gunther and Seth. There is also another Mania match. If like there were discussions about this also. And then I think I really liked the War Raiders versus Judgment Day tag match. First, hoping for speedy recovery for JD McDonough. Like he told on Twitter that he has, a punctured lung and some broken ribs, so he's going to be out for like a couple of months. Maybe he's back in like the last 3 2 3 weeks of the Mania, before Mania comes. I don't think how we will factor him into the plans, but it's fine because people were expecting more because of the bump he took. The way his head hit that announce table, like that was gnarly. He didn't get a concussion, I think, and he didn't have any serious brain damage. And one thing that we have to call out WWE is for that I didn't see it. Maybe it happened in the commercial break that the match should have stopped. The ref should have checked it on him, and they should have stopped. It was crazy for him to go and finish this match because he took more bumps. Like Ivar kicked him on his face, and he did took bumps which like you land on your head or your head gets affected by it. He probably broke his ribs not only from that spot but from the other spots that they were doing in the match. And it was a really good match because after Carlito came out and he interfered, I thought the Judgment Day were going to win, but no, War Raiders won. And this is how you get War Raiders over. They are not just big men doing moves and people are like, wow. They are big men doing moves which are very innovative in nature. Like power bombing someone onto someone to break up a pin. And that got me because I was like, where is Eric? Are they really? Where is Ivar? Are they really going to break up the pin? Are they really going to break up the pin? And then he picks up and throws him. Even when he was throwing, I was not sure if he was going to, throw him at the time so that it can break up the 3 count. But this match was really good. I liked it. The Creeds were in the crowd, so I guess they are probably going to be the first feud for War Raiders, and I think it's a good first feud. But it shows that the American made are just like fodder for all the other teams. Like it would have made much more sense for American made to go to SmackDown, but they are not doing that because they're. So let's see what happens. Like I don't see a bright future for them on Raw. He also had a backstage segment when Lyra Valkyria announced herself for the Rumble, and then American Made interrupted her, and they were like, you know, uh, we are coming for their IC title. Lyra insulted Chad also that this is how close you and Ivy will get to her title. And Ivy was like, she challenged her. So I probably see that match happening at the Raw after Rumble, like Lyra defending her title. Like they have not really booked her well after her winning the title. Like they should have been a bigger deal, but at least like we got a backstage segment which furthered a lot of things. Like and then Ivy called Maxine Dupree Twinkle Toes and went away. Like Alpha Academy got a huge pop. I just don't want Gable and all to interact with them at all. Like that shit is over. You beat him, go on. There was a segment which they didn't show, which was Penta, which was Breaker doing an interview and him announcing for the Rumble, and Penta interrupting him, and people doing the Cero Miedo. I think this can be just a tease. I don't think we will get this match because they have done a lot of teases in the past also. Like Breaker teased a match with Gunther, it didn't happen. And also because I don't think they will have Braun lose the title now. They'll probably have him lose at Mania. Like if they wanted him to lose the title now, they would have given it to Sheamus there. And story wise also, it makes more sense for Sheamus to face Breaker at WrestleMania rather than face Penta at WrestleMania. So I think this is just a tease. Like Penta had a promo package, video package, which was essentially was that I think that I want to prove that I'm the best wrestler in the world, and that I can only do if I face the best workers in the ring, which he faced in Chad Gable and Pete Dunne. So he wants to face more, and he is in the Rumble now. So this is going to be an awesome Rumble. I think they just have to book it right. You also had, Sammy confronting Punk. Sammy saying, "You say that I'm not on your level." Well, yeah, because I main evented WrestleMania. You didn't. You had Cross also saying things to Sammy like, "Seize the opportunity." What Kevin is saying is right. Like, what is the end game with this? Like, I can live in a world where Karen Cross just does these things, but these lead to like nothing substantial. But this has to lead to like a Karen Cross versus Sami Zayn match at some place. It has to. You also, like, I may be forgetting some things also, so please forgive me for that. You also had Kofi versus Rey Mysterio, Xavier versus Rey Mysterio, where at backstage, Ludwig and Pete were talking, and Ludwig was like, "We'll show how things need to be done." New Day confronts them, but they both, even though they are heels, they go away, and Kathy kind of trolls them because Kofi says Atlanta's favorite son, and she lists out names of people who are not Xavier Woods. Then you had the match. I think the match was fine. Ray still moving at that speed at that age is awesome. The Xavier's family were not there at first. Then they came there. They had the New Day Sucks t-shirt, and then Ray won. You had a Jey Uso entrance, which was I think too long. The thing is, I don't mind aura segments. The only thing I mind is sometimes it's too long. Like 9 minutes were too long, 9-10 minutes. You could have like cut that by 3-4 minutes and it would have been fine with me. He had Cuevo in his entrance and he essentially said that I can beat him and I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. And then you also had, Paul Heyman coming out revealing that Roman Reigns is on the cover of 2K25. Drew came out, crowd chanted, "No one cares," and Drew was essentially, I think Ross also said it, and I also liked like how Drew kind of spun the formation of the bloodline and took credit for that. He said that he's the daddy of the bloodline because he won the Royal Rumble in 2020. He beat Brock Lesnar, and so that Paul Heyman, so that he could swim ashore, he went to Roman Reigns in his state of sad and despair, and he channelized all his talent into creating evil, and he formed the biggest moments, earned biggest money, and he said that he's coming for his boy, and he said it's not Roman Reigns, it's CM Punk. And I was like, I don't like that personally because Drew and CM Punk ended at Bad Blood. I don't want Drew mentioning CM Punk at all. I don't want him. You can have their interactions in the Rumble. I don't want Drew mentioning CM Punk. Like it ended. Like Drew, even in his return video package, said that CM Punk took a bribe and also he's done with CM Punk. I don't want that. But yeah, it did added a little twist to the promo. That you can say. Then Drew versus Sammy happened. Like I was bored of this match, not because the match was bad, because we have seen this so many times. It was fine. Drew, I get why they did it because Sammy has already lost 19 times. Another loss won't do anything. They protected him in the loss also. Like Drew won with his feet on the rope. Drew got his win before the Rumble. He looks strong. Drew attacks Sammy after the match. Then Cody comes out to a good pop. And then he hits a Cody cutter, which looked difficult to hit. Then you had Kevin come out. Kevin attacked Cody, Drew interfered, and then Drew is like holding Cody on the ropes. Sammy runs in and Drew gets aside and Sammy hits Cody with the Helluva kick, and Kevin is like he didn't watch this, so he's like, yeah, Sammy, he with the Sammy Forever shot, and he went out. I I love this visual of Sammy just standing there dazed, a bloody Sami Zayn with a dazed look. Like they should have put that on TV where in commercial you could see Sammy was crashing out when he was going back backstage because he was like "Rah, rah," doing this. Then you had the Cody Punk promo, as I said. This was a good show. Like I would say a 3.25 out of 5 show for me. Like because nothing was very extraordinary. 3.25, 3.5 out of 5 show for me. Nothing was extraordinary. Like everything was fine. It furthered things for the Royal Rumble. It furthered things for the Mania season also. You also had Rhea Ripley backstage, and she was like, whoever wins that rumble, they will get brutalized at Mania. You had Bailey come in with the ding dong, and she was like, it could be me and all. And then you had Io Sky come in, and I loved this because you could see like whenever Bailey sees Io Sky, like she has that kind of anger and that sadness in her face because she really thought of her as a good friend, and she still can't believe that Io betrayed her. And you could see that look on her face every time when she, interacts with her or comes in vicinity with her. And Io was locked in. She was like, "See you Saturday." And I was like, "Yeah, she's going to win the Rumble. She has to win the Rumble." And that was the go home show. I may have missed something. I don't know. I may have missed some things, but that's fine. Kai Cenat was there. He's going to be there at the Rumble also. So that was my review. So if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, share it with those who do. My social media links are in the description. Go follow me on that. My UPI ID link Shabad at OKICICI is in the description also. So donate any amount which you feel that you can. It will help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me right now. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.